Hello and welcome to the course. In this lecture, I'm going to provide an outline of the 4 fundamental rules of punctuation. With these 4 rules alone, you can write anything. Let's begin, shall we? The first rule, use a single period to terminate a sentence and place the period right at the end of the sentence after the last word. First rule example. This is the first sentence. This is the second sentence. This is the third sentence. Notice how each sentence is terminated with a period that comes after the last word in the sentence. This is rule number 1. The second rule, use commas to insert pauses into your sentences. Let's look at an example. Second rule example. To begin writing, comma, you need to outline plot, comma, character, and places, period. Notice how the commas cause pauses to occur within the sentence and break up the sentence into separate expressions. Here's my first comment on commas. I find that it's better to use too few commas than too many. Don't suffer from comma-itis by placing commas everywhere. Place them where they belong. My second comment on commas. It's best to read your work out loud to hear the pauses, which are the commas, in your writing. Did you hear the pauses? The third rule, use a single question mark instead of a period to terminate a sentence that asks a question. Third rule example, why use a question mark at the end of a sentence? Question mark. To conform to rule 3, period. This is a question followed by the answer. Rule number 4. And this applies primarily to writing fiction. Use double quotes to enclose dialogue. Rule number 4 example. Open double quote. Welcome to the course, comma, close double quote. Brian said, period. That's it. Those are the 4 rules of punctuation. And here they are in summary. The first rule, use a single period to terminate a sentence. The second rule, use commas to insert pauses into your sentences. The third rule, use a single question mark instead of a period to terminate a sentence that asks a question. And the fourth rule, use double quotes to enclose dialogue. This is my guiding principle of punctuation. Keep it simple. And in support of that principle, I'd like to make this statement. I can write compelling and persuasive prose using no punctuation other than a period and a comma. Of course, you'll have to spot me double quotes for dialogue if you want me to write fiction. The question mark is also quite handy. Note how this was all written using nothing but periods, commas, and double quotes. In the next lecture, we're going to discuss the exceptions to the 4 rules of punctuation. And in further lectures, we'll continue to expand on these 4 rules until we have a very simple but complete set of rules for using punctuation. I'll see you in the next lecture.